My name is Nick Ander. I'm the executive chef of Martina Pizzeria here in the East Village. We're a fine casual, Roman-inspired pizzeria that's open from 11 a.m. until late into the night. When I was a student in Rome, I was studying art history and I kept getting distracted by trattorias, pizzerias. I just loved how cheap and easy it was to get hold of delicious, delicious pizza just at any time of the day. So the pizza at Martina is definitely inspired by this thin crust Roman style. Very different than the Neapolitan style, which has a puffier crust. I'm a big fan of crispier pizzas, things that are a touch thinner. You have to be really delicate with a thin crust pizza. You can't overtop it, but you don't want to undertop it either. I think it's kind of like this feat of physics where you're getting this dough to kind of support everything on every single bite. And then the toppings really shine and you can actually like crush 2 or 3 of them in a sitting. So the way that we make our pizza at Martina is we first take the dough out of the refrigerator. We ferment at cold temperatures so that we can do a long, slow fermentation. We let it come up to room temperature, and that allows the dough to sort of come back to life a little bit. We're looking for flavor more than anything else with our fermentation, not necessarily air pockets. So we roll it with a rolling pin until it gets very flat, about 10 inches in diameter. Then we take the sauce, about 2 ounces of sauce, not too much, and then just evenly spread it all the way to the edge and make sure the center doesn't get super heavy with sauce. Once that sauce foundation is laid down, then we take our really simple toppings. If we're doing a sausage pizza, crumbled small bits of sausage, a light sprinkling of cremini mushrooms, and then 2 kinds of cheese. Pecorino Toscano and mozzarella are 2 of the ones that we mix a lot. You get a lot of that tang from the pecorino. You get the sweetness from the mozzarella. Pop it in the oven. We're using an oven that we cook at about 700 degrees for these pizzas. We don't want to cook it too hot. We like a fully cooked dough that spends a little bit more time on the floor. Instead of it spending like 60 to 90 seconds, we're actually spending like a full 2 minutes. Try to hit it on like a spot that's a little bit away from the flame. Cook it there for about 1.5 minutes and then give it like 30 seconds of a kiss, like right by the hot fire. Doesn't sound like a big difference in time, but that extra 30 seconds to a minute actually sets the sear both on the top and also on the bottom. Then we pull them out, and this is a really important part, is we land it directly onto a rack so that the underside of the pizza, that upskirt, has a chance to breathe a little bit and allow some of that steam to escape so you get that nice crispy bottom. And we always check the bottoms. You always see me like fanatically checking the upskirt. You lift the pizza up and look underneath to make sure that everything is looking good and evenly charred there. Then you go ahead and you slice it into 4 pieces and give it to people to eat. So we're open till about 1 a.m. on the weekends, and we see a fair amount of people both in the industry and also in the neighborhood that are looking for a quick bite before they go to bed. So, you know, between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. people are strolling in, grabbing a pie, maybe 2 or 3, and a half bottle of champagne. I like the transition of going from fine dining to this fine casual atmosphere. From the first day that we opened, I felt that we had neighbors coming in that were already regulars by the 2nd week. Because when it's small space and you can see all 4 corners of the room, you can see every face every night, you get to know people a little quicker. Martina, we're calling a fine casual pizzeria, and what does that exactly mean? It means that when people come in this door, they want to have the same feeling of hospitality that they get when they walk into any fine dining restaurant.